we're gonna do a mock-up for Teto. Another mock-up, because I've done 2 mock-ups for Teto's jacket already. So I'll give you a little bit of a road so far on this. I will be doing embroidery later once I do this, because I don't think this is gonna take that long. But I need to do this because the fabric for her, I did reorder fabric. If you missed it, I had ordered fabric and it came and it was the totally wrong color. But the fabric is supposed to come soon. It was supposed to come yesterday, but it did not. But anyway, this is the first mock-up. It came out pretty good. But I was like, I wanted the shoulders to be in a little more, and I didn't do, like, this sleeve is supposed to be on both sleeves, but I was lazy and I didn't do that, but the sleeves looks great, okay. But I wanted to take the shoulders in a little bit, so then I did another mock-up, and I really like this pattern, so I wanted this one to be like a wearable mock-up. So this is the second mock-up, which I wanted to be like a regular jacket that I could like wear, but I don't super like it because I took that inch in at the shoulder and it ended up weird. But like it's okay. I wish it was longer. I hand did the bottom edge because I didn't know how to do it, but I think I'm gonna unpick that eventually and like make it a little longer so that I'll actually wear it. But let me show you the pattern. So this was the original pattern. It's covered in tape because this is where I cut the shoulder off and then put it back on. But this thing, I bought this pattern, by the way, but it has darts, and like darts are hard. And I did both of the mock-ups with darts, but they like, the thing with darts is, especially, all the darts are on the back, right? I am re-patterning the whole back of this thing because to get back darts to look right, you basically have to have a dress form that is actually your size, and I don't. So I don't know how the else I'm supposed to draft darts on my own back. So I'm saying f the darts, and we're gonna do a side back seam. But now that I've done this and I did both of my mock-ups with darts, I need to re-mock up the back here. Basically what I did to get from this to this was this shape with the dart cut straight. That was the other thing, was I increased the size of the darts that were in the pattern, and it, especially on the red mock-up, I feel like I took too much out. I feel like it needs to be a little looser and not as like tight fitting. So that's, I decreased that. There's still a little bit of a curve here, so it should nip in a little bit, but hopefully it will fit the way I want it to, and this can be the last goddamn mock-up. But that's this. Now I'm gonna cut this out of some muslin. Okay, y'all tell me though. So this is the fronts of the pattern. So it's double-breasted, but the way this pattern is, and I don't know if I am just interpreting it wrong, but it says right front jacket, and this one says left front jacket. So you would think you cut one of each of these, right? But like any double-breasted jacket that I have had, like this is how it laps over. So like this side is double-breasted, but then this side just stops in the middle. Any double-breasted jacket I've had laps over both ways. And I made both of my mock-ups the way this turns out, which looks fine when it's buttoned up. But I'm like, should I, just for the sake of it, do the double lap? Or should I just say f it and do it like the pattern says? I have to give you lore about me and gas stations. Okay, I am a girly who is from the South. And it is a purportedly very Southern thing to love gas station soda. If you know what I'm talking about, you know that a fountain drink slaps so much harder than a can or a bottle ever will. A fountain drink is like peak soda. And the gas station is the best because, you go, for me, I'm a Diet Coke lover, and if you're a Diet Coke lover, you have definitely had the experience of, like, going to McDonald's and ordering a Diet Coke, and then they give you regular Coke, and you're just like, ew, because regular Coke makes my teeth hurt. But if you go to Buc-ee's, if you go to a gas station, you pour it yourself, which is wonderful, because then they can't mess up your order, and you get the soda that you wanted. I love, like, good, like, nice, clean, like, foodie gas stations. Up here, we have a lot of QTs and racetracks, and I love QT and racetrack. I also like their food. Like, I like gas station food. I'm that kind of person. I will eat the gas station corn dogs from the QT. I like QT better than racetrack, but racetrack has the burgers. And listen, their burgers are not very good, but if you want, like, a nostalgia trip of a burger to take you back to, like, high school cafeteria burgers, racetrack burger. Okay. So, with that context, when I first heard about Buc-ee's, I was like, oh my god, that's so hype. So, if you don't know, Buc-ee's is, like, a big, giant gas station with lots of, like, different food. They sell a lot of merch for themselves. It's a huge, huge, huge store. Kitty's sitting on the other part of the pattern that I need. Here's the big, giant kitty. Here she is. She's so big. She's as big as a Buc-ee's. You're as big as a Buc-ee's. Okay. So it's a giant gas station, okay? And they're very, very popular. They're building a bunch of them around. Ooh, somebody says, yas, the Wawa gas soda station. Listen, I also love Wawa. We don't have Wawas up here, but when I go to Florida, I make it a point to try and go to Wawa. Wawa is great. So I was really hyped to get to go to a Buc-ee's at some point. So Holiday Matsuri 2020, I think it was 2021. When we came back. We were driving back from Hallmat, and for our route from Orlando to Atlanta, there is one Buc-ee's on the way. I think it's in Warner Robins, Georgia. That Buc-ee's. If anyone's been to that Buc-ee's off 75, I think it's on 75. It was around lunchtime, and it was like Sunday, and I really had to pee. An important thing to note, I really don't like crowds, but I can't with really bad crowds. And we go to this Buc-ee's in Warner Robins, Georgia on, like, a Sunday at lunchtime. And it was shoulder to shoulder. It was so packed. I was like, not worth it. And I held my pee until we got home because I literally walked in. And it was so crowded, I walked out. I didn't even go to the bathroom. And I was so excited to go get snacks and stuff. But I just couldn't do it. It was way too crowded. So, I was like, I hate Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is awful. Buc-ee's is too crowded and Buc-ee's is bad. And granted, it's a huge store, so I don't know how the it even stays that crowded. It's just very popular, okay? But months and months ago, a friend of mine brought back, you'll only know what this is if you have been to a Buc-ee's, but a friend of mine had a bag of the beaver nuggets. These are like so the beaver nuggets are this, like, the best way to describe them is they're like the corn pops cereal with way more sugar. And I tried the beaver nuggets and I was like, holy, those are delicious. And so it made me want to go, okay, maybe I got to give Buc-ee's a second chance. And so we're on the way to Florida and we see a sign for a different Buc-ee's, not the one in Warner Robins. This might be a Warner Robins, Georgia problem. Somebody's like, yes, beaver nuggets. They're very good. Actually, I have some. I'll just show y'all. I have these still because my bag that I was using is over there. These are what they are. The cinnamon ones are not very good, but they're like little puffs of corn that are covered in like a sugar glaze, and these ones have cinnamon. They're okay, but the regular ones are better. Well, clearly we went to Buc-ee's. It was not crowded. Granted, it was like a Monday at noon. And so not too many people. Still plenty of people there, but not a crowd. And I go and I finally got to use the bathrooms at Buc-ee's. And the goddamn bathrooms at Buc-ee's are immaculate. They're so nice. And I got to buy beaver nuggets, and they are still good. And, well, the one downside is Buc-ee's doesn't have real Diet Coke. They have fake Buc-ee's branded Diet Coke, which is like disappointing, but I got it and it was fine. It was not as bad as like Diet Pepsi, but it was still good. And so I finally had my Buc-ee's redemption. Somebody says, I love learning about random US related things. As somebody in the UK, it's dead interesting. Americans, especially in the American South, we love gas stations, and I don't know how it started or why, but like my mom grew up with like the gas station like refill cup that she would get Diet Dr. Pepper put in every day. It's on it, the amount of soda that I think about my mom drank through my childhood is honestly kind of shocking as an adult. But that said, I drink Diet Coke every day, but I drink 1 8-ounce can of caffeine-free Diet Coke every day. Sometimes 2. Sometimes I'll have 2 8-ounce cans of Diet Coke. Okay, we're gonna sew this together. Do y'all want some secrets to how I usually make the videos? And this is gonna seem so silly. So when I do this, when I lay everything out, I'm usually doing that. So like the way I usually film is I'll talk to the camera and then I'll like say what I'm about to do and then I'll do the thing. Like I'll stop recording on that camera, I'll start recording up here, and I'll do the thing, getting footage of me doing the thing, so I don't have to worry about too much or the mic or anything like that. But the other thing I do is when I'm getting top-down footage, which is basically B-roll, I always make noise when I'm doing an action that's important, because it means when I go back and edit the B-roll, it means I don't actually have to watch through the B-roll to know where the action of the shot was, because I can look at the sound and say, oh, that's where the action was. And I also do that with the sewing machine, but I don't have to make noise because the sewing machine makes noise. Why am I doing back stitches when it's a mock-up? What's wrong with me? Get that stitch length up. All right, there's the back. Let me get the fronts on. But I'm not gonna do the sleeves because I already know the sleeves work. And I'm just trying to see the fit of the bottom and like the back, you know. But that does not match up. You see that? That's a problem. Those don't match up at all. Which is what happens when you alter pattern. But I'm gonna go with this way. This one had a dart here. And that dart got translated into this cutout, which is still gone in the cutout, but I added seam allowance. Did I not do the correct seam allowance? Or did it just not take it in? How much seam allowance did I do? I mean, the seam allowance looks right. So I don't know. So I'm just gonna fudge it for the mock-up, because I'm not even putting a collar on the mock-up, and I will figure that out later. I think if I just bring them in more, then that works. But I just don't know why it did that. You might be like, Sarah, if you've never done tailoring, why the f would you change the pattern? No pattern's ever gonna fit you right. No pattern right out of the thing is gonna fit you. Or you know what it might have been? I cut them very sloppily. One of them might just be cut a little too big. We'll see if it fits. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at the back. Look at that. Only issue I have is I think this might be where I want it to hit, but I don't know. Like, which you don't want. I don't want it, I don't want the finished length to be what the mock-up is right now, because it needs to be turned up, but like, let me see if like a half an inch turned up looks good, because like I gotta hem it, right? I'll have to see it like with the skirt. But if that is what I want, I mean, I feel like I just should add, because that's an easy fix. I just need to add an inch to all the bottoms of the patterns, which is not hard. But this is I think how I want it to fit me. It's not super snug, but it's still like sitting a little bit out from my body. Hers like really sits out away from her body, and I'm not sure if I want that, but I really like the back. The back is fitting good. Here, let me just show you the back of the other mock-up so you can see why I did this. It's like hunchbacky. Like it does not look good. Okay, I'm back. We're back to embroidery. Yay! I have a question very specific to anybody here that is from Europe. I need your help. So when we went to Sweden, there was this one kind of Doritos we kept buying, because it was like the only kind we really saw. They were like, I don't remember specifically what the words were, but they were like the sweet chili flavor, and the bag was like fuchsia or purple. Are any Europeans familiar with like the chili flavored Doritos? Because we bought them several times when we were in Sweden, and we ate them, and they were very good. And we were like, are these different than, because in here in America we have spicy sweet chili Doritos, and the bag is straight up purple. And for some reason in my head, I'm convinced that the bag in Sweden was more fuchsia. And we're also both convinced that the ones in Sweden tasted different than the spicy sweet chili Doritos that are here. And that the ones in Sweden tasted better. Can any European tell me what color and name what color is the bag of the chili? The red or the purple package? See, I guess they were purple then. Not red, not nacho cheese. Red is just original. The purple one. What is the purple one called? Is it sweet spicy chili, or is it spicy sweet chili, or is it just sweet chili? Oh no, they said the red ones are chili heat wave. We did not have chili heat wave. We did not have. Purple is just sweet chili. Okay, so they are different, because here it's spicy sweet chili. Confirmed by a European that they're different. I mean, the ones here are also good, but the ones in Europe are better. Our favorite thing that we got in Sweden was actually something the Norwegians gave us. If you are Norwegian or know what this is, there was a snack called Smash. It was just called Smash, but they were chocolate-covered bugles. Okay? I'll explain what a bugle is for the Europeans, but the corn chips that are shaped like a cone that you put on your fingers, they were literally chocolate-covered bugles. And they were so good. They smashed. They were amazing. They were amazing to the point that for Joe's birthday party last year, Joe's birthday is like a month after mine, so we still had a bunch of the snacks, like my birthday snacks that they gave us. So we like put them all out. We had like a bunch of friends over, and we put all the snacks out so people could try them. And we were out of the Smash because somebody gave us a bag of it, and it was so good that we ate them all. But I bought bugles, which we had to go to like 2 different stores to find bugles because nobody sells bugles anymore. Joe found them at Racetrack. But we got bugles, and then I got just like the compound chocolate, like the melty chocolate, and I put it I made them. I made them myself because you can't buy them here. And everyone loved them. Pink Coffin asks if they were too salty. They were as salty as a bugle, which is good with the chocolate. And they're crunchy. If anybody remembers when they came out with like they were like the Lay's stacks that were like covered in chocolate. I don't think they have. You know what? You know what lost media? That's a food. What food lost media? What defunct food was my favorite food that is gone now? And I hate that it's gone and I loved it so much. Does anybody remember 3D Doritos? 3D Doritos. They were like Doritos, but they were puffed. And they were so good. Or at least I remember them being. I haven't had them since I was a child because they're gone. And that's the kind of thing you can't make. Like the Smash is literally just bugles covered in chocolate, which next time you have a party, fun party trick, be like, this is a Norwegian snack and make it yourself. And everyone at the party will be like, wow, that is so fun. But you can't make 3D Doritos. Oh, people remember them. And it was so good. I remember, like, constantly asking my mom if she could find them. And she never could. Honey Rush says, I remember when they came out with, like, microwavable 3D Doritos. And getting so disappointed. Yes. I remember that. They were like, 3D Doritos are back. And they were not 3D Doritos. Like, Doritos. Give me 3D Doritos and the European version of the sweet chili Doritos. Somebody says, Sarah, do you think one day you'll do more Lolita videos? Yeah, probably. If I decide to make some more Lolita stuff. I don't know if I would do like here's my Lolita closet video. Like, I don't think I would do like a here's my Lolita wardrobe video, because that's sort of completely out of the realm of what my channel is about. And I don't think a lot of people would find that specifically interesting. But if y'all want a video of me showing you all the dresses that I have for just y'all, for just the patrons, I can do that for y'all if y'all want it. I don't have like a ton of Lolita dresses. I have 4 Angelic Pretty dresses. I have a couple like Taobao dresses. I have one I have one meta dress. I don't have any. I have baby socks. I have socks from Baby Starshine Sprite. Speaking of Lolita, did y'all see that Baby the Stars Shine Bright came out with a Strawberry Miku collab thing? Like, it's not really cosplay. It is a moment. It is not a one-to-one recreation of the Strawberry Miku costume, but it looks beautiful. Like, if you look at it, if you just look at like the wide shot of it, you'd be like, meh. But when you look at the detail shots, they have like custom strawberry eyelet lace, custom, not the Taobao or AliExpress strawberry lace that I've used. Custom strawberry lace, a real gingham, I assume. It looks really beautiful. If I had all the money in the world, it's like $800, and people were like, "Why is it $800?" And I'm like, are y'all new here? Do you see that? Do you not understand Lolita? Like, $800 is a lot for a Lolita dress, but this is a very, very detailed dress. This is not like Angelic Pretty dresses are very, very detailed. They're usually, I don't actually know what the base price on like what retail, like what I don't actually know what Angelic Pretty normally sells their dresses at, like from the store, you know, because I usually buy them secondhand. The most I have ever spent on a Lolita dress was $600, but it came with 2 different sets of hair accessories, and the socks, and an apron. I have the entire Little Witch one-piece set, if you're familiar with the Angelic Pretty. I have the entire Little Witch one-piece set. I did have to, blasphemy, I did have to take out the sides of the OP because it's too small on my rib cage. I am not a person that's like, I'm not going to alter my Lolita stuff because one day I want to sell it again. No, I am going to keep my Lolita forever and ever and pass it on to my children because to me they are pieces of art that I am collecting. And one of my life goals, lofty goal, one of my life goals is to have every single Angelic Pretty cat print. And Little Witch has cats on it, and the OP is just so beautiful. It has this, like, bat collar. But yeah. That's $600 secondhand for an entire set. This is, like, a set of, like, many things. So I would expect it to at least be $800. Yeah, somebody says they want to make the JSK I made a while back. Lolita is just too expensive. Yeah, Lolita is very expensive. It is, but it is the kind of thing you can be into and not spend a whole lot of money on. Like, the thing is you can't really go on, I mean, you can't, well, you can. If you go on Lace Market, if you've got a budget of $60, you can get yourself a very cute Taobao dress secondhand on Lace Market. And like a $30 blouse on Amazon, and you're good. You have a coordinate. I mean, that doesn't leave anything for accessories or anything, but if you want to spend no money, you can go and make a JSK out of a bed sheet, which is, I don't think I said in that video, that is what I originally did when I did my first coordinate, is I made a JSK out of a bed sheet and just wore stuff that I had. And that's how I got into it. And my coordinate wasn't very cute. The dress I made was also not very cute. And so I kind of wanted to make the dress I wish I could have had myself make back then. My first JSK that I made, which was like the second dress I ever made ever. It was made out of like a lilac purple bedsheet and a dark purple bed skirt. As like, I used the bed skirt as a ruffle, so it was like purple. And so finding accessories to go with it was difficult. And back then I just didn't really know like what color palette that I really liked. I was into purple. For some reason I had like a lot of stuff. This was like, I was like a sophomore in college when this happened. Maybe I was a junior at that point. I was a junior when I wore it. But I was a sophomore when I made it. I did not really have any sense of personal style in regular clothing at that point, so I was pretty lost on Lolita too. But the JSK that I made, you can make it any way you want, and as long as you wear a blouse under it, it's like, it's gonna be cute. Alright, y'all. Did not actually finish that piece today, but I think I am going to call it for the stream because I have to prepare squash for dinner, and that means I have to cut it up and put it in dish towels so that it sucks the moisture out of them. But thank y'all for coming to the stream. Thanks for watching this year-old Patreon stream re-upload. If you want to see the Patreon streams actually live or in full, then you can check out my Patreon because you can get access for just $1 a month. And a big thank you to Mel, or Pocket Leaves, who's editing these streams down for me so I can focus on my main channel videos. You can check out Mel's work on either their channel Pocket Leaves or Pocket Cons, and sometimes you'll even see me in their con vlogs. It's a special occurrence when it happens. But as always, if you're just watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, then you're supporting this channel too. So thank you. Bye!